today Mr. Cyril James from, yes, hi. And you can also unmute Mr. Kuldeep Mathur. He's from California. And we have, of course, Cyril James from Australia. Yes. And thank you, Dr. Namath, for this interesting topic. And without telling my age, I think I also fall into that aging group where we all have issues, and
True.
we'll talk about it
Great.
as other panel members also
All right.
welcome.
I'm going to start putting some heading questions here. So, dosto, the question is, how are we going to stay healthy, and how does age impact our health? That will be main concern. So, I'm going to put a few categories there. It's always said you got to be kind to your skin. So, can we elaborate a little bit on that? So, I'll start with you, Nina. Skin is the largest organ in the body. So, the first sign of aging is wrinkles. So how do we try to protect and try to keep your body's largest organ in a very good situation? Go ahead, Nina.
Dr. Namath, in my view, the way the topic stands, मुझे लगता है अगर स्ट्रेस फ्री रहेंगे तो जरा रिंकल्स भी कम रहेंगे. And अगर normally I've seen, as we age, तो हर वक्त एक माथे पे शिकन और माथे पे जिसे कहते हैं, तो उनके वो परमानेंट लाइंस बन जाते हैं. तो अगर आप अपनी नींद पूरी करते हैं तो आईज के लिए इट्स बेटर. एंड ऑफ कोर्स स्किन का और मुझे लगता है कि अनहेल्दी ईटिंग ऑफ कोर्स स्किन के लिए इट्स ऑलवेज हेल्पफुल.
जी 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 जी. Alright. माथुर साहब, आप प्लीज आपकी थॉट्स अबाउट दिस what just Nina said. Skin is the largest organ. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think I agree with Nina ji
Ji.
100% on that, because like they say, and it's my theory, but I think it's coming out from whatever I have read so far.
Ji ji.
We call Rome, Rome, which means every cell, and like skin being like 500 or some billion cells in skin itself.
Oh, that's interesting. 500 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, the total, it's a number. They say as many stars or as many in the body, but skin being bigger organ has a very large number of cells. And then each cell has a memory.
Okay.
So, and the diet and everything, and it's controlled by the nervous system.
Ji.
And nervous system, you being doctor, I'm just
we just have a discussion.
Basically giving my layman's perspective on that.
Yes.
And then what happens is that our mind is the mother of all these cells.
Right.
Because it's controlled by, and like they say, mind is the mother of the body.
Right.
So the more stress we have, the mind says that it is stressful, situation, whatever we have.
Gee.
And from Stone Age, people like in Stone Age or early even Ice Age, they had more difficulties even to survive on daily basis. But they did not have that kind of a stress that we have.
Gee.
So what's happening is that all that our mind which says, oh, I'm stressed out. Every time you use this word, all those million cells says that the mother is saying that we are stressed out. So we should be depressed. And the more you tell itself, and it has, I always imagine to be like a unhappy face and a sad face. And every time we say a positive thing, just imagine that each of those Rome is a happy face at that time. So it wants to have a positive vibes, positive energies. And if we say something is stressful and we just feeding that information to each of ourselves.
Okay. I want to ask one question. Mathur sir, don't you think it's easier said than done? We can always profess, we can always talk about. In reality, everybody ages. Doesn't matter person stressful or not stressful, person who's rich or poor, a person who's healthy or unhealthy. We all have that organ tries to degenerate, right? Obviously, without having stress or no stress, right?
Yeah. Actually, skin is, the cells are, I don't know, every 24 hours there is region. But if you take stress, like they say, sue-stress and distress. So there is a good stress, like if you are perked up because you have a lot of work to do, but you are workaholic and you love it,
Right.
then that stress is contributing towards the positivity of that, and the otherwise is negative. So uh, from that perspective also,
Okay.
our
Cyril bhai, in your thought, I think you're busy writing some theory or writing some thesis on this, or you're busy on the computer, I guess. Can you hear me?
और मैं
हाँ
जी
आपसे
नहीं, मैं
पूछ
तो नहीं जी, मैं बिजी तो नहीं हूँ जी नहीं।
लगे कंप्यूटर से पढ़ रहे हैं आप, कुछ
मैं
ऐसा दिख रहा है मुझे।
देखिए, मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ कि मैं
बोल
आपको एक कबीर का दोहा बोल देता हूँ।
ओके ओके
कबीर का दोहा बोलता हूँ।
बोलो, बोलिए प्लीज, बोलिए।
जो उठ उगता है वो ढलता है, समय का चक्र चलता है। अरे मानव संभल के चल, समय करवट बदलता है। जो उगता है वो ढलता है। तो यानी कि कबीर साहब ये बोल रहे हैं कि देखो, जो उगेगा वो ढलेगा। तो यही उर्दू में एक शायर ने लिखा है,
जी।
अब वो पीरी में कहाँ अहद जवानी की उमंग। अब वो पीरी में मतलब बुढ़ापे में कहाँ जवानी की उमंग।
जी।
रंग मौजों का बदल जाता है साहिल के करीब। मौजों मतलब लहरों का जो मौजों का बदल जाता है, रंग उनका बदल जाता है जब वो बीच के पास आती है। तो जब इंसान जब उम्र होते जाती है तो वो बदलता ही जाता है,
दैट्स नेचुरल
और थोड़ी
प्रोसेस।
देर में फिर वो गायब भी हो जाता है। तो इसी उस पे एक और है, मैं तो थोड़ा, बिकॉज आई मोर इनटू पोइट्री एंड ऑल दैट, इसमें फिर एक बहुत अहम गजल थी जो हाफिज जलंधरी साहब ने लिखी थी
जी।
और जिनको मलिका पुखराज ने गाया था, बहुत पुराना। तो वो होता है, कभी वो चांस लगे तो आप देख लीजिएगा, अभी तो मैं जवान हूँ, अभी तो मैं जवान हूँ। और इसने जो है जवानी का वक्त दिखा करके, यानी कि अभी तो ये बता रही है कि देखो हवा भी शुक्रगुजार है और सब कुछ जो है एकदम साथ है, एकदम साथ है हमारे। बट एंड में जो है वो ये है कि अब यानी कि शी एक्सेप्ट्स इट कि दिस इज द एंड ऑफ इट बाद में। तो ये अगर चांस लगे तो जरूर पढ़िए, सुनिएगा। बाकायदा इसके अलावा जो है एक इंसान का ये फर्ज है कि अपना जो है व्यायाम रखे या वो एक्सरसाइज करता रहे, अपनी स्किन के बारे में जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं
जी,
और उसके लिए टू कीप इट like, but not to my extreme, because I did to the extreme. I used to run around and do that. I thought it'll never catch up with me, but one day it caught up with me, and so I would say that I think good health, good thinking, and a positive. If you can do yoga and different things, that will help.
Right. Okay.
And apart from that, I think happiness.
Right.
Happiness
Nina,
is the more.
Nina, I would like to do this. माथुर साहब बोल रहे थे कि obviously the cells stress ना हो तो we can program. जितना भी खींचे, as सिरिल साहब कह रहे हैं कि जो चढ़ता है तो उतरता भी है वो। तो कहने का मतलब, so how do you correlate this to thinking here कि someday it has to come, shrink तो होना ही है skin, no matter what we do. Your thought on that?
Yes, true. I mean, maximum age is planet पे लोग 120 तक मुझे लगता है हम जी सकेंगे। तो definitely aging तो मतलब किसी ने जैसे कहते हैं ना hearing loss, eyes की, ये सब चीजें हमारे साथ, skin का, ये सब नजर आएगा। And if we see ourselves, our pictures from younger age, we know कि difference आ रहा है हमारी age में, और age के साथ हमारे biological भी क्या कहते हैं ना, changes आते ही आते हैं. We cannot stop that. Definitely.
True. No, actually, they're saying every cell has got a nucleus, it has a protoplasm, this kind of all the stuff there, and there is a small kind of another feature, what is called telomeres, Telemers. Telomeres is small kind of a rod there in the cell. So what happens is as we grow, it keeps shrinking down. All right. So when it comes to almost to zero, then the person dies. So that's the way they have been calculating. So I think as we go, that controls the entire cell life, I guess, telomeres. It shrinks as we all depends upon how it does, what it does, when it does. It's still unknown, I think. That's the thing they have researched on that. So far, in my opinion, I think for all three of us, we're discussing this. The aging is a process. So that cannot be avoided. And sometimes, Mathur Sahab, आप बता रहे थे stress. Sometimes stress is also it's defensive, it's protective also. If you don't have stress, you won't strive to do things, right? So you have to have some stress to job करते हैं, ये करते हैं. It's part of living also. So body repairs itself also, right? So go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think the aging and health. I was watching an episode with Oprah Winfrey and with Chopra, Deepak Chopra.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the conversation of that half an hour or 40 minutes, Deepak Chopra convinced Oprah that the aging and health, now they have a just like certified medical profession for anti-aging certified doctors. One of my friend in Chicago, she's a certified, in addition to the regular physician, she's also anti-aging physician.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, and the reason she did that because she was watching Susan Somers, that actress she used to be.
Three's Company? Three's Company,
yes. She became the spokesperson of this, and I attended actually in Las Vegas maybe 5-7 years ago. Okay. I went with her to attend this. And the process they were saying is it's the prevention, and like he said, Cyril Bhai in his poetry and all that thing, how can you do take the preventive measures and delay the process of aging?
Delay.
That is the crux of it. How can you delay? And a lot of things go into that recipe of how to delay it. Because first of all, you should be try to, like in a poetic sense, you can say that, are mast raho, because things are going to happen, whatever happens.
Correct.
But in addition to that, like they have now bioidentical hormones. They don't use the anti-aging people, don't use the hormones like the regular synthetic hormones. And they are seeing the difference of, by using those, the aging process has delayed, including, Susan Somers, if you look at her at 80 plus,
wow,
she's still going around and doing her thing. So I believe in that not necessarily bioidentical hormones, but the process of how can you delay? There are several parameters to delay, starting from you itself.
Correct.
Like he said, you can do yoga, you can do a lot of things, and stay stress-free. Things are going to pounce on you which are not in your control, but how you handle those will dictate how you slow the process.
I think I agree with you. I agree also to what Mathurji is saying. It's our reaction to all those stresses, whatever factors is hitting at us. So either you act upon that or be non-reactive, just take it easy, or you react to that. So react is the negative energy that causes more stress and secretion of some hormones and enzymes that are detrimental to the skin organisms. But as been saying, मेरे ख्याल से I think naturally it has to end some point. Maybe as you said, it can be delayed, but not totally stopped. The process, it has to go through, I think. Okay, turning to the next one, exercise. So as we grow older, again the question is what kind of exercise that's going to be really making us to be healthy. So Nina ji, please go ahead, Nina ji, on the talk exercise. We can't do heavy stuff, we can't do running, we can't do jogging, we just got to walk. So what level that things should be, in your opinion, we can try to delay the health to the... yeah, go ahead, Nina.
Yeah. Yes, आई थिंक अगर आपने यंग एज में कोई एक्सरसाइज रेजिम को फॉलो किया हुआ है, आई थिंक इस एज में आके यू कैन कंटिन्यू टू सम एक्सटेंट. But like me, I was not so regular. So for me, walking is sufficient.
जी.
मुझे अगर मैं regular walk भी करूँ, I think it'll give me that benefit जाके मैं half an hour gym में जाके अपने आप को stress again, like मैं कुछ करना चाहूँ. So for me, walking is the best we can do.
No, because how much walking we can do as we are growing older, so we can do what we are doing at a younger age. That's the point here.
Yeah, definitely. Half an hour, they say कि 20 minutes minimum तो है, like every day if you can 5 days a week at least you can walk. So
casual walking.
Yeah, so people these days they have their watches and they're watching how many steps they do.
Right.
So one day I also thought, let me see how many without walking, like purposely वैसे ही आप, during the day you're going up and down the stairs or walking, like back and forth. So easily हम सबके 5,000, 6,000, even to 10,000 steps हो जाते हैं.
जी.
So, but of course that doesn't have an effect. They say कि regular मतलब जैसे constant 20 minutes आप करें तो उसका effect ज़्यादा होता है.
Right,
so for me, walking is good enough at my age. Yeah.
All right. Cyril bhai, please, aapki thought on walking. Now, Nina just suggested, or whatever she walks at home up and down. Are those equivalent to walking in a park or walking for continuously for 20-25 minutes? Your thoughts on that? Go ahead, Cyril bhai.
Well, I would say like what she's saying is correct.
Uh-huh.
But basic thing is like the regiment has to be capped of half an hour or something.
Ji.
For walking regularly, like that duration has to be there, continuous. उसमें क्या है, heart भी pump होता है, and the whole body is basically exercise. So walking is the most beneficial to me also. I was honestly, I shouldn't go personally, but I was very, very fit and I used to run around and different things. And by 71, I was perfect. There was no doctor visit, no nothing. And all of a sudden, one